It's Peter Houghton here from Forest Way. I haven't made a video for a while, so I did make some videos on how to carve a bushcraft walking stick, and I've done lesson number 1 and lesson number 2. It's been a while, I haven't been online, and I went and checked the YouTube channel, and quite a few people had been interested, and there's quite a few views on the bushcraft walking stick. So I thought maybe it's time to do another one. So I'm going to do another section of this walking stick, and we'll do a little similar section here, and I'll walk through a few more cuts. So lesson 1, I think we did the rings. Lesson 2, we did this spiral. Yeah, so this is lesson 3. So welcome back. If you've been waiting for this video for a long time, sorry about that. We just had a go at making YouTube videos, and wasn't sure whether people were watching, and I checked the other day and it looked like people were watching, so maybe it was useful to some people. So I think we'll do another one. So today I'm going to be using, this is a backhoe, it's like a fishing knife, make a good all-round bushcraft knife. So you're going to use this one, it's fixed blade. This one's stainless steel, it's nothing special. I think there may be £5–6 online. So that's the knife we'll be using today, and we're going to carry on with this. So I think this was a piece of sycamore, and we've got to think of a cut we might do down here. So I thought maybe we've done these, so maybe a lozenge, so like an oval egg shape, or in fact I think like a faceted kind of egg shape we'll do here, so like an oval, faceted oval shape. So what I'll do, I'll bring the camera in and I'll start carving. So we're going to start off like with the other cuts. We're going to start off with a stop cut either side. We're going to try and match that space down here and do 2 stop cuts. Okay, so that'll be our first cut. Let me just bring the camera in. I've got a little fire today. It's been very snowy and cold here in London. You can see right there, how's that? That should work, shouldn't it? Okay, so I'm going to do a stop cut. This walking stick's been lying around now for a while, so the wood's not green, so it's going to be a bit tougher to carve. So I'm going to go round, I'm going to rest the stick on my knee, clamp it with my leg. I think in the other videos I rested it on top of a surface, so you can do that as well if you've got a table or a log or a chair or a stump, be good. I'm going to do it like this, and so I'm going to clamp the wood under my elbow, get a real solid grip so it's not going anywhere. I'm going to place the knife down, and I'm going to push down and wiggle the knife side to side to open up that cut. Okay, so if you followed along on the other videos, this is the same technique, and this is called a stop cut. And the idea of this cut again is just to break the grain, so when we cut into it, we're cutting through the fibres, so when we cut into it the wood just comes away cleanly. So I'm just going to go round, I'm going to push down, making sure my hand's up from the cut, not holding it underneath, just in case we slip. Okay, got my little fire going today, bit warm, get a bit of warmth on my hands because it is cold out here. So last 2 days we've had snow. So I'm just in my back garden doing this. Obviously we're still in lockdown. Not much fun. So I should have made more videos really, because plenty of time. I say plenty of time, I'm busier than ever, but hey. There's always something to do. So, okay, so I've done 1 stop cut. I'm going to come down about this distance, just eyeing it up, not being exact. Just kind of patterning it, keeping it rustic. Okay, I'm going to come around, do another stop cut, and then we've just got some marked out our space to work in there. Okay, go around. It's quite tough, this bit of wood now, it has dried out. So that's where when the wood's green, it's to be a lot easier. When it's hard, when we carve it, we'll be able to get a lot of detail. I think in the other, I used some little Mora carving knives last time I did it. So now I'm just turning the wood in my hand and just kind of running it round as well. Okay, we've got 2 stop cuts. Because the wood is so hard, I can't go as deep as I did on these ones on the first cut. So I am going to do it a few passes. So I've gone and done the stop cut, I'll cut in. I'll come round and redo this cut as we get more depth, because the wood is a bit tough. It's a bit harder just to chop right down into it. Okay, so thumb push, you might remember this. So what we're going to do, I'm going to make an oval shape first, and then I'm going to come round and facet the sides, and we'll make like a kind of a diamond or a crystal kind of looking pattern. Okay, just turn it a little, get some flames going in there again. Yeah, a bit of heat. Right. Okay, here we go. So thumb push. So we're going to hold the stick with our hand like this, with our thumb sticking out. So imagine you're kind of doing a thumbs up, and you're going to grab the stick in here with a nice long stretched out thumb. You're going to place the thumb on the back of either the handle like this, or you can place it on the back of the blade like this. If you're not used to carving, you might get a blister pushing on the blade. If you haven't got kind of calluses built up, if you're doing a lot of whittling carving, then you might be alright. So holding it on the back of the handle can be good. It's going to cause less rubbing on your thumb tip, so you're less likely to get a blister. Okay. Good. I've mentioned this in the other videos, don't grip the handle too tight. Hold it so it doesn't fall out your hand, but don't squeeze it because you'll get cramps and your muscles will tire very quickly. Okay. So, placing the blade there. So let's readjust myself, and I'm going to push and turn. I'm just going to come around. I'm just going to start clearing out a little bit where, so turn, cut, turn, cut, turn, cut, and we're just cutting into that stop cut. And can you see how it just makes it stop? So I'm pushing my thumb and a bit of my hand and pushing down into that stop cut. Oh, that's better, bit of heat coming off that fire. Right. So today is, what is it? It's February. So like I said, we've had 3 days of snow. It's been very lovely, good for the kids. Oh, I've got one kid, boy. He's been loving the change of scene. Going out snowball fighting, going out some lovely walks. Nice to have some change. Okay, so I've gone round. I'm going to do that. Okay, can you see that? Okay. And we're going to do the same now on this other side. Okay. So turn the stick around, up under the armpit. Nice and outstretched thumb. Keep your fingers just back from the cut, so you're not directly underneath. I'm going to try and match the distance we've done here. I'm going to do that down here. I'm going to go round and cut that in. Okay, if it doesn't come away like this, just go in and do that stop cut. Okay. Turn and just spin it round. So yeah, this time of year, around about now, I'd be doing a lot of bushcraft courses. It's because of lockdown we've stopped, so I'll be teaching some spring carving. I teach, and we do at the forest school with the children. That's all on hold at the moment, so just a few Zoom classes been doing. And other stuff. We have just finished writing our third book, and that's just gone to press actually, so that'll be out soon. So that's exciting. So keep an eye out for that. It probably won't be out for another 6 months. Takes a long time once it's finished, the going to press bit. Anyway, there you go. Okay, so we've matched that side. Now I think we want to go a little bit deeper before we remove this middle section. You can see we're already kind of getting that egg shape. So we'll go a bit deeper. We want it to look like a kind of oval, so I can come around. Here I could even cut round like this. I can leave them hanging on. I can just go round. Don't try and tear them off. You'll end up with a messy cut. In fact, I'm scalloping that way, which probably isn't a good idea. I probably want to think about, as I cut, rolling my wrist around that way. So I've just naturally kind of made this movement. But actually rolling it away over is what we want. As I've scalloped, I'm going to carry on just doing that. Cut the same. Come around, cut these off. So I've got a bit of depth, but I just need to think about that movement. Can you see how that's kind of gone in? So it's concaved. Yep. Caves go in. Concave shape. And I actually want it to be more convex, so we're going for more of that. So now I can actually think about kind of, as I carve, rolling my wrist down. So this next stop cut. So we'll go around and deepen that cut. And we're going to try and get in the shape as we carve. So we'll start here, and this time we're going to kind of roll into that stop cut. So with this action. Yeah, so kind of rolling our wrist down as we carve. Okay. Over there. So in the cut, and as I come into that cut, I'm rolling, following the shape I want. I'll just do a few of these. I'll give you a close up. You can kind of show you the distance. Okay, I'll show you the difference. Right. Okay, so here, can you see how this is now rolling down and in, and before it was scooping up and out. Okay, so that's the difference between rolling that way and rolling that way. You might want a cut that's this shape, but we don't. We're trying to make an egg shape, so we're going to do it like that. Okay, let's give a little tip as you come. It's in the wrist, and you can roll and steer it down to create the shape you want. Roll it in. Roll. Takes a bit of practice. It's not easy. Okay. Be careful here we don't go too thin. Also I'm going to weaken it if I go too thin. It's quite strong wood. I'll take it. So if you're using a softer wood, you might not want to go this deep. You might think about the strength of the wood and okay, so we've worked that side, so now we'll turn it around. Tuck the end under our elbow, clamp it down. Okay, and I'm going to do the top. I go around deep in that stop cut. Rolling the stick, wiggling the knife side to side just to open up the stick to let the blade get into the wood. So this is quite well seasoned now, so it has hardened up. It's been kept inside for a while. I think I did the first lessons, first 2 sessions were like in the summer, were they? It is now February, so probably the first 2, maybe it was, gosh, maybe it was spring, March, April, May, maybe even May, June, sometime like that. I can't remember. Okay. Coming in and rolling the wrist as we come. Rolling the wrist. Rolling forwards. Sometimes easier to take little cuts Okay, then come around, clean that up. Okay, now I'm going to come from this band of bark we have left in the middle. Here, we're going to aim for the middle of our shape, and we're going to just roll that bark over into our stop cuts, going each way. Okay, come down. Just going to tease that bark off. Okay. Remembering to roll the knife as we come over to get that convex shape. So we want it to. Turning my hand. Not even really. Doing a little bit of a thumb push, but a bit of a kind of a swivel in the wrist as well, like as I cut. So if you watch, come down here with I'm kind of swiveling the wrist. And turn the stick around and come from the other side. And there you go. So, I left a little bit of bark off, but I think there's a little bit of bark there. Missed it. Just take the last bit off. Not worried about getting all the layers of the bark off. You get the dark stuff off just for the contrast against the rest of it. Okay. Deepen a bit there. Okay, so that's our form. So also when carving, is another thing to remember is form before detail is a general good rule of thumb. So that's our base form. So we've created an oval. Now we'll go in and put some facets. I think we'll imagine there's a line halfway. If you've got a pencil, you want to sketch in a line halfway on your piece, feel free to do that. I'm just going to do it by eye. So I think what we now want to do is roll, but we want to create some flats. Okay, so we're going to choose a starting point. Be anywhere around our circle. Mine's slightly oval, my stick's slightly oval, so my egg's slightly oval. But I don't mind that, I'm going to keep that. So I'm going to choose one of the narrower sides, so it's wider here, narrower this way. So I'm going to choose the narrow side and start. Make it a natural. So I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to come down and I'm going to roll as I go. This time I want a flat, so I've gone about that wide, come down, and I've got a flat here. Okay. And what I want to do now, I kind of want to bring that flat, try and make it one plane. So you don't want to chip at it, you want to get over it and try and catch all the spots so you don't get facety. Okay. Now, where the edge of that plane is where I'm going to aim for the edge of my second one. I'm going to try and match that by the width by eye, so I might go a bit less wide to begin with. Okay, so I've got the sharp edge now, so we're getting the beginning of a facet. It could go a bit wider. I'm going to go wider this side. I'm going to keep this, go wider this side, but I do want to pick up on that edge. I want it to be one plane, so I want the knife just to run on the top of this edge, not cutting it, but cutting back here, so kind of a wedge shape leading up to that front edge. So, like that, so I'm catching at the back. something like that. And on this side of it. So we're going for that. Okay, same again. Oh, might bring it up to the middle, so we try and get that line straight. Okay, now we're going to aim over here and following that edge, so not cutting this edge, but kind of using the edge as our guide and cutting the water off of this back edge. And rolling as we can. Okay, we can just go in, cut those, don't pick at them. 1, 2, 3. We'll just go around and do that, and hopefully it'll marry up here. But what we'll do, we'll go around until we get close, and then the last two will kind of balance out. I'm just going to bring the camera a bit closer for this bit. Okay. Cool, this is hard wood, I can feel it in my wrist aching a bit already. Just holding it, I'm holding wrist actually. It might be the cold as well. Okay, might be a bit out of practice as well. Okay, we've got next one. I'm just going to keep going around. Bring this top in. Okay, another facet. Try and keep it as one plane. So I'm just going to work. So it looks like one surface. Okay, come to the next one. Find the middle. Cut that out. Okay. Just go around doing all of those. So we've got one there, so if I can try and fit two. So that's one plane, the edges are here. I can try and fit two in this gap. 1, 2. Okay, and if you did want this perfect, or you're doing a bit more of a detailed, less rustic carving, then you can go round with a pair of calipers and measure those out, divide it up. Okay, but that will do for me. I'm going to turn it around, do the same the other side. Okay. And I'm going to try and match up these lines. Faceted. This middle bit will clean up at the end. We will go over this after, and it will kind of refine it. Okay. So what we're aiming for is these ridges, these peaks, to be kind of in line with each other. So I'm looking for this to follow through. Okay. And after, in fact, what we might do is we might even put a little facet here, so you get like a diamond triangle. See? Try and get a diamond in here. So we might chop that top off. So we'll do these, and then I might, yeah, I think that'd be nice. We'll make a little kind of diamonds, facets that go around. Okay. And like I said, there are two other videos, two other carving videos I've done. So look up those. This will be lesson 3, so each one is going to be a lesson, slightly different types of cuts that you can try. Okay. So you can just stretch my hand out. Cramps there. It's a bit cold. Fact, I'm just going to pause the video. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to have to stretch my hand out for a bit. So there's another important thing when you're carving. If your hand does start to ache, don't just keep going, because you can end up with kind of repetitive carpal problems. So if it aches, stop, have a break, stretch it off, Yeah, you'll have to do that less and less often. Certainly now it's a bit cold and the way I'm gripping it to show you on the camera is a bit awkward. So I'm just going to pause that and I'll be back. Okay. So yeah, it's freezing cold winter in London at the moment. And that can make your muscles stiff for sure. So I'm just trying to line it up with the lines on the opposite side. Okay. And this is the last one. So coming in, just cutting those fibres away rather than scraping them out. Okay, now we've got that roughed out, we can just go around looking at it and just tweak it. Just tidy it up. Sharpen up the lines. Okay, so this is our detail going in. I said earlier about form before detail. So okay, so we've got the rough form and then we go in and get that detail. This one needs straightening up. A bit deeper there. So just by eye go around. This one needs to swing out, so I'll just cut that edge. So we can shift these lines around by just widening and recutting. Okay, I'm going to turn it around. Do the other side again. Get that in. That. This one needs maybe a bit deeper there. Okay, so we're just kind of looking at it, eyeing it up now and just seeing where it needs a bit of work, balancing out. Okay, we're not going for anything perfect, we want it just to be kind of also just still got the shape and the form of the stick in it. Oh, there goes the fire, look at that. Just woke up. Oh, beautiful. Good for the soul. Okay. It's looking okay. Bring this over. Okay, so now I'm just trying to join the middle bits now. I'm just kind of working on this area, kind of just leaving this slight diamond shape, and then we'll chop them off. So anyway, like here, just concentrating and bringing in that detail. So something a bit like this, it just follows through. Okay. Actually boil my kettle, actually I've got a kettle on now. Top my cup up. That will boil now, it's getting hot. Okay. Here. This one. Just bring that together in the middle. So just little cuts now. Spinning it around, have a look. Getting there, aren't we? So if you're following along, this will be much easier in Greenwood as well. This really is a bit too seasoned, but I mean it's nice, you get the detail when it's harder. It'll take more detail, get crisper edges. Okay. Here, fiddle that in a bit. There. You see how we just. So I'm kind of looking at this shape as a guide, and if these are quite equal round, so you can see here it's not quite the right shape, so I can just come in, take that edge. We're kind of trying to create these diamonds, so I'm kind of almost looking at the shape of that and using that as a guide to where I need to trim. Okay. Yeah, it's getting there. Looking good actually. Happy with that. Oh, I told you not to do that, so you should cut those fibres away rather than tear them out. And end up with a neater cut. So here's a bit wibbly. Oh, that fire's really hot now. Lovely. Okay, turning it around, bringing that to the side as well. Okay, so quite happy with that. So we've got a little facets here. We could aim for a ridge here. This one's maybe a bit soft, so we could actually think about cutting and just leaving a slight about a line joining the corners of the triangle, so it's a bit deeper there, so I get a crisper finish. Can you see my own shot? Now you get a crisper line across here. So I'll just be deepening that. Turn it around on the side. Pick. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Right, then we're going to take the tops of these off. So I'll take that and just slice. So we get a diamond shape there. Go around and do that on all those corners. Slice there. Diamond shape. Diamond shape. Diamond shape. So we can tweak those shapes as well. So actually if we cut this margin just a bit, I'll just bring that edge of that. So then we'll go around and do that after. Chop the top of that. Chop the top of that. And chop the top of that. Okay. There you go, I get a nice kind of diamond effect. Okay, so now to get those back in shape, we can just trim these edges and tidy those up by trimming. Oh, my legs on fire. Catch on fire, that's really hot. Okay. And it's just kind of tweaking it, getting those facets where we want them. I think I don't do too much more. I could. Maybe this one needs to just come in the edge. I think we could cool that pretty much done. So there you go. Thanks for watching. That's how you do a kind of, you can do a diamond shape. So that's about kind of doing more facets and you can change that. That technique can be used in all kinds of ways. You can go as elaborate as you want, as fine as you want. The facets could be smaller and more. You can carry on working on that and tidying it up even more. There you go. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And hopefully it won't be so long between this video and the next one. Okay. I'm going to pour myself a cup of tea and have a little break. So yeah, if you like that video, please do. I know all YouTubers say it now, not that I'm really a YouTuber, but if you like that video, do give it a thumbs up and all that, and subscribe, because it really would help grow the channel. Not looking for a massive channel, but motivates me some more videos. So if you do like it, let me know and leave a comment. I had some nice comments on the last video, which actually that's inspired me to do this video. Someone left a comment saying really like the video and would you do more, looking forward to more, and so here I am. So thanks, if you know who you are, for that comment, and take care, and see you soon. Alright, bye, thanks for watching.